All right. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? We are live. I got another one. Got one from Miss Lala again. So, no further ado, I'm gonna let her get into her thing. Let me go ahead and bring up the short streams. Uh huh. All right. All right. You gotta smash that like button. Let's do this.
There is a difference between a woman giving constructive criticism and talking down on you. How can you tell the difference? Well, just pay attention to her choice of words, her tone. Look into her eyes. Does it seem like it's coming from a place of kindness and care? Do she try to provide solutions to your problems, or do she constantly critique you? Or is her choice of words very degrading and insulting? Right? The signs are always there. And I'm gonna be honest, fellas, if you are dealing with a certain type of woman who is, really trying to push you in certain areas, if you're not used to that type of woman, it could come off as an insult. But pay attention to her body language, her eye contact, her tone, her choice of words, right? So that you can differentiate between the two. Fellas, there is a difference between a woman giving.
All right, now I let it play all the way through for y'all to complain, but now we're gonna go back through it again. All right, doing what I do.
Constructive criticism and talking down on you. How can you tell the difference? Well, just pay attention to her choice of words, her.
Well, first and foremost, with all due respect, if you didn't ask her, then it's nagging. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At best, probably hating. Now, if you ask her or whatever, or you have some type of open relationship with y'all, just openly criticize each other, then you go off of what she's saying. But you should have a boundary in place where neither one of you just critique each other out of nowhere. If the criticism isn't asked for and it's not anything that's life concerning, detrimental to someone's money or health, uh, then keep it to yourself, right? We're in a time where people are in this place where they need people to need them. That's creating space for themselves and it makes them feel like they have a role, and it's not a role, that's a void. You're taking that void, we talk about the void over here all the time. You're taking that void and you're trying to mold it into this space for yourself. When you just start throwing out criticisms or constructive critiques and, trying to get someone in alignment, that's you projecting onto them what you think they should be doing, but you don't know what God has planned for them. So it's just, letting it be known to be very careful with that kind of stuff.
Tone. Look into her eyes. Does it seem like it's coming from a place of kindness and care? Do she try to provide solutions to your problems, or do she constantly critique you? Or is her choice of words very degrading and insulting? Right? The signs are always there. And I'm gonna be honest, fellas, if you are dealing with a certain.
Again, you got to remember, are you asking for this? Did you, look for her counsel? Again, and is this your girl? If this is your girl, you know what I'm saying, she's giving herself to you, and if you've allowed her the space to just critique you at will whenever she feels like you need it. But if that conversation's never come up and she just starts, hey, I think or I feel, once she opens that door, you can close it by being polite or just be savage like I would and be like, well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I got a few concerns of my own. And then you just let off the things that because man, there's plenty of things you want to say to that woman. You know how to make her more efficient, especially with her spending and things like that, right? But when she opens that door, you shut it. You shut it. You shut it just like that. Like, hey, and she'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't just be volunteering. Yeah, because just because you're not saying nothing, don't mean that you ain't got nothing to say. You know what I mean? Don't conflate the two.
Type of woman who is, really trying to push you in certain areas. If you're not used to that type of woman.
See, this is where they get in trouble. When they take it upon themselves to push you, like you said, in certain areas. Did you ask her to push you in that certain area? Or is it something that she perceives to be a vulnerability of yours or something that you need to work on and she's projecting onto you? Right? Pay very close attention to the wordplay. I'm on it.
It could come off as an insult, but pay attention to her body language, her eye contact, her tone.
You can't really pay too much attention to that, because if she knows that you might take things the wrong way, then she might practice those to come off a certain way to manipulate you. So it's really breaking it down to the base of the conversation. Was this criticism asked for? Did you go to her for your counsel, for counsel? If she volunteers this to you, it's something on her mind, and that means she's put thought into something that you didn't ask her to. What else is she putting thought to that you didn't ask her to? That's where my mind's going to go to. So you're over here putting thought into what I need to be doing, but not doing this with your money. You know, you out here driving a car with a high interest rate. You know what I'm saying? Didn't seek any wisdom then on anybody, but you want to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to stay within the boundary and project what you think I should be doing. You know, I'm telling you, be careful with this. Again, this is how women face whatever. This is what space. It's not a job. It's some space where there's nothing there. You know, pay attention, man.
Choice of words so that you can differentiate between the two. Fellas, there is a difference between a woman giving constructive criticism, talking down on you. How can you tell the difference? Well, it's paying to her choice of words, her tone.
Okay. Now listen. Yeah. You know, and I agree with some of her points. You know, it's just the modern woman always slides in that little extra, you know, but they can't help it, man. I mean, they kind of feel like they're always right, and they've been told that it's okay to create space in somebody's reality. Like, you can just make space for yourself by making up this role in this man's life. How you look, man? You can't tell me what I need to work on when there's multiple things that you should be working on, but I'm not stepping outside of my frame to tell you what to do, because we haven't established that's our place in this relationship, to just volunteer criticism, because you don't know how it's going to be interpreted. Because, you know, a man that really thinks about stuff will be like, man, why is this one sitting here putting all this time and thought into this stuff that I need to be doing, as if I wouldn't think about this stuff myself? And then what about all this stuff that she needs to work on? Right? Never crosses her mind. But anyway, you guys, smash that like button. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about it in the comments. Does she have a great point? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you think I'm being overly critical, that people should be able to kind of throw around criticisms? I don't do that in my relationships. If I want someone to improve on something, when they ask me, I'll tell them. Other than that, I'll lead by example. It's just me. But anyway, y'all, I'm your brother, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.